Alright, hey everyone, this is the first flipped classroom video that we're going to be trying for this class. This one is on creating lines. So this is the first pre-calc video that we're doing, and it's on creating lines in a coordinate system. So the first thing that we want to try to do is create a line that goes through these 2 points. This is going to be what this video is based on, because this actually requires several different skills. The skills are going to be creating slope, writing things in point slope form, and writing things in slope intercept form. So we're going to want to write things as a slope, and now I've color coded these so that you can see that we're going to be using y2 and y1 in the red circled region, and then x2 and x1 in the blue circled region. So slope formula, remember, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You may also remember this as change in y over change in x, or rise over run. Any of those things is a legitimate explanation to what that formula means. After we create the slope based on those 2 points, we're going to need to plug that into point slope form and then plug that into slope intercept form. Alright? So we're going to use that slope and use it in point slope form. We're using it in point slope to start with because we actually don't have an intercept. We just have 2 points. So we're going to pick one of those along with our slope to create a point slope form equation for a line. And then, just because they tend to be more friendly, easier to understand, we're going to convert that into a slope intercept form. Alright? So the first thing that we're going to need to do is create the slope, but I just want to point out that the point slope form is going to use the 2 points there from the last one, so we're going to use the last section, the and point, the second point, as opposed to the first point in point slope. So we're going to plug things in there a little bit later, and then we're going to plug things into slope intercept form down here. But before we do that, we have to get the slope. I've color coded that too, so you can see that the m is going to be the same in those 2 places, and it's actually going to be the same in that last one too, and we'll see that a little bit later. So in order to do the slope formula, we need to plug in the numbers like that. So you get -1 plus 3 over 3 plus 3. If you don't see that, then just follow the colors. We've got -1 and -3, and then 3 minus -3. So those create the slope of 2 over 6, which can be simplified to 1 over 3. So the important thing that I want to mention here is that that ends up going into the m for point slope form, and then again follows down into the slope intercept form. So that m is going to follow us through the whole problem. So now that we've got the slope, we can plug it into point slope form to get us this equation. We got y plus 1, that's from, that's, in other words, y minus -1, that's this point right here. And then we have the 1/3, which is from our slope right here. And then we finally have the -3, which is actually from the +3 in our second point, which is right here. Alright, so now we've got our point slope form, and the last step is to convert that into a slope intercept form. So remember, slope intercept is y equals mx plus b, as I've written here. And what you're going to need to do is express this equation with y alone on one side, because that's really what slope intercept is helping us do, is we're figuring out how we can express it y in terms of x. So the only thing we really need to do is figure out how to get this guy into the other side of the equation and make it consolidated with this term so that we can then have a b at the end. So since we're going to need to consolidate those terms, first we need to get at this term by distributing. So the way that that ends up looking is y plus 1 equals 1/3 x minus 1. The minus 1 is because we have 1/3 and 3, or -3 actually, and those get consolidated into this term right here. So now we've got almost done. It looks like it has the generally right form. We've got the m that we need right here, and we've got the b that we need right here, but there's still y isn't alone on the other side, so we need to get rid of that. And then you guys can probably figure out what the step to do that is, and that's just to subtract 1 from both sides to give us y equals 1/3 x minus 2. And that's your answer. Oops, sorry. That's your answer. So y equals 1/3 x minus 2 is your answer. Just to go back through to summarize in case it's not clear exactly what we did. We started with these 2 points, so we figured out that what we needed to do was get a slope using those 2 pairs of x and y coordinates, and then we were going to put it into point slope form and slope intercept form. So the first thing that we did was find the slope, which was 1/3. Figured out that we were going to plug that in across the equation, and then we plugged that into point slope form along with the green points. We picked point number 2 to plug in. You could have just as easily picked point number 1 and you would have gotten the same answer. And then after that, we converted the point slope form into slope intercept form and got the answer. Okay, so in class I'll be collecting, well I won't be collecting, but I'll be checking your notes on next Monday, so a week from today, to check to make sure that you watched this video. And also write the word aardvark on the top of your notebook so that I can just immediately look to know if you watched this video. Okay? I don't know why I picked aardvark. Thanks. Have a good day. Oh, wait, one more thing I wanted to mention. There's a second video that you also need to watch in case it wasn't clear from my website. Okay? Now have a good day.